Hi, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the series of Pearls of Wisdom. This is our third episode, and this is for the parents in our Facebook parenting group. There is a Facebook parenting group. The main goal is to have a resource pool. We have a very good strength of members who are experts in various fields. So, with each episode, I'll be introducing these members to the group so that you can take the benefit from one and all. Today, in conversation with Mrs Sudha, she's the founder of the Learning Spot Academy. First, I would like to introduce Sudha as the Sudha I know. Okay. Sudha is a great teacher and a wonderful human being, and that kind of reflects on her teaching as well. See, there are three very important qualities for an exceptional teacher, I would say. One is the teacher's focus is on what the child has to learn, not what I'm teaching. And Sudha is very, very clear about it, what the child has to learn. So from there, she starts. Okay. The second one is adaptability. Nowadays, if we see, everybody has this either a fear or an anxiety or a complaint. Okay, how do we deal with technology? She has taken technology as the strength. Okay, with technology, how do we go with it? How do we teach the kids? Okay, technology is here to say. She has adapted very nicely to that. So using technology, she is educating the children. And the third one, again, is the most important, and that is discipline. As a person, if you see, Sudha, whether it is about time or the content or the focus, discipline always comes first, because that is what a child learns from a teacher. So I'm extremely privileged to have Sudha in our Facebook parenting group. So parents, please do get in touch with her, understand what she is doing, because it is going to benefit you a lot. So we'll start our conversation with Sudha, because she would tell us what the academy is doing, what all the academy is offering. So welcome to the conversation. Welcome to the Facebook parenting group, Sudha. Glad to have you here today.
Thank you so much, Srividya. It's such a wonderful introduction you have given, and very well said about the qualities of the teacher. I completely, I think 100% agree with what you have said. It takes a lot to be a teacher, because you need to have that patience, you need to have that creativity in you, and the caring attitude towards the children. And like you said, adaptability, encouragement, all these are the qualities of a good teacher. And it's not only about the knowledge which you are having. We all can get the knowledge. You have so much AI, chat GPT and Google for us. So nowadays children are even writing the answers with the chat GPT. But what we require as a teacher is not just the knowledge, is how you are giving that knowledge, how you are imparting that knowledge to the children. That's more is what is more important.
Correct. Yeah. So Sudha, I know, okay, that you are a microbiologist by profession, and you are into, like, from the beginning you have been taking tuitions for math. So how did the journey end with the Learning Spot Academy in 2013? Because 2018, the Learning Spot Academy was born. It's a very nice name, the Learning Spot Academy. So how and why did you think of calling it as the Learning Spot Academy?
Yes. So the journey, I would say the journey began for me with the Learning Spot. So as you said, I was a microbiologist, totally not so much into maths when I was a child, when I did my college, or even after that also. I was totally into science, and that's why I took up microbiology. And then I was giving tuitions and not even pondered into English speaking classes for adults as well. Then during my journey, I came across a wonderful program, iMaths, which actually completely changed my journey. Like I would say, the entrepreneur in me, the educator in me, had started a new phase with that one. So that's when this Learning Spot was born. Before that, it was just as a homemaker. I was just doing tuitions from home. Then when this Learning Spot was born, I became like a full-fledged entrepreneur, educator turned entrepreneur, I would say. So the learning spot, why the name the learning spot? Because I feel this is where the learning is beginning. That is, we had given a tagline also for the learning spot, where learning is fun. So
Okay.
we don't want the children or the parents to think this is another tuition academy where children are coming only for getting tuitions. It's not that. It's more of learning with fun, engaging in activities, getting clear with the concepts. So that's how it is. So we can call it as a one-stop solution for all your mathematical problems.
Okay, that is wonderful. So the
Yeah.
one-stop solution for math. And yes, it also, because the beginning spot, right? So that is where it begins. As
Yes.
you said, learning is fun. Learning, the beginning has to come. So the perfect name for your vision. And what is the USP of your academy?
See, USP, I would say, is more about, as I said, the learning which are making it joyous for the children. Okay, so when we talk about any class, any suppose if you take a tuition class, which I was giving before the learning spot was born, there I was only teaching the regular subjects, math, science, English, the school subjects. We will be doing the way the school does, just giving them more of homework, make them practice more and more, preparing for the exam. That was the schedule that time. But once we started with the learning spot, we realized what is more important is engaging the children, bringing in that creativity in the children, making them understand what they're studying, what they're doing, what am I teaching. All see that is what is a USP. I would say, you are there. I'm trying to make it more experiential for the children, helping them connect the studies, whatever they're studying, whether it is language, whether it is science, maths, whatever it is, they have to connect it to the real world. Otherwise, otherwise whatever you are learning doesn't make sense. It is only limited to the textbook. Unless the child understands what they're learning is going to make a difference in their life in the future, then that's what the purpose of teaching and the learning is all.
Correct. Yeah. So basically, it's a shift from learning for exams to learning for wisdom, right?
Right. Yes.
Correct. So they actually learn, they learn how to apply it. It's not exam oriented concept. It's all
Right.
about the child and about the concepts and about the subject.
Yes.
Great. So what ages do you cater to and what programs do you offer at the academy?
Okay, our age group is vast. I would say we start early because we believe in giving imparting the knowledge right from the early age, right?
Okay,
Because
okay.
early childhood is more important rather than starting it later. So our age group starts right from 3 year onwards, and there is no end. Because
Okay.
initially I started with the 3-year-olds to 7-year-olds, but later on every year we kept on adding the programs in such a way. Now we have children coming to our academy right from the 3-year age group to 14 years, and then even adults. So even I've even started training programs for adults in Vedic Maths, handwriting. So which is so I would say the beginning age is 3 years, but there is no end to the age group where I'm teaching. All are welcome to learn the concepts of maths, to learn handwriting, the improvement programs, and various other things. Because even soft skills are also there, which are added to the curriculum. So these are all not any age limited. Soft skills you can learn at any age. Handwriting you can learn at any age, right? So as I said, that the age group I would say is 3 years, but you can any child, anyone, even adults are welcome.
So
The programs,
learning spot is the spot for both the children and the parents, right?
right?
So parents can also get trained.
Yes, yes. And
Great.
now that I got connected with you, we have a parental coach for us. So we can say that there we have some on board with a parental coach, which is a very important thing right nowadays, right?
Because sometimes parents do have the thing like, okay, there is a time crunch. In that case, can parents also take a training from you, which would help them to kind of guide the students? Because that again is something which the parents can think of, right?
Yes, yes.
So,
And the programs which we cater to are basically, we have started out with math, because as I said, I came across this program of iMaths, which is a wonderful program to help the children to drive away the fear of maths from children. So I started off with that and then developed on that one. Right now, the main focus is on maths, where we are giving iMaths. Then we have a Mathplus program for the older kids. And Vedic Maths I do for children as well as adults. There are soft skill programs which are there, and even handwriting improvement.
so Vedic Math parents can also understand, right? If they,
Yes,
if
yes.
they can. So Vedic
Yes.
Math is one wherein the parents can also enroll and understand more. And yes,
Yes.
from 3 years old, math is taken care of basically.
Yes,
If parents want to know about math, yeah, we have a one
yes.
spot solution for that. So your academy, from what you say, like, you said the focus is not on exams, the focus is more on what the child learns, understands, right?
Yes.
So the focus is more on the concepts of math rather than school math.
Yes.
Can you explain the difference between the two? Because math concept is what parents are really focused on. Okay.
Right.
What is the difference between math concept and school math?
Yeah, so I would not say exactly it is not the school math which you are doing, but only but it is related. Okay, so when I say math concepts, it is more of understanding. See what happens, in when you are in a school. Okay, their teachers are handling 40 children at a time. So you don't get the time as a teacher. You don't get the time. You don't get the to do practically math anything. So the math is always considered as a chalk and board method of subject, where you're writing, where you're explaining the concept to the children, and then a few examples are done on the board, and the rest children are doing from the book. So the class starts with opening the book and then finding this page and going to this particular sum and solving it. Whereas, so what happens in that whole run, you are preparing the children for the exams. You are always be see, whenever you ask any person, any parent or anyone about math, they always say math is numbers, and for math you need practice. But what the child will practice if the child is not understanding the concept? It is just a rote learning, right? So if you are taking fractions, if you show what are fractions, how a fraction forms, what exactly is a fraction, by showing them practically, by giving them examples, or how angles are formed. Everything. See, math is not a textbook subject. It is everywhere. So the moment you make the children realize that thing, then it becomes more easier for them to understand that. Okay. So what we are doing in our academy is making the child understand the concept by giving them more of a practical example of everything. Whatever topic you take, everything is related in a very more practical way, so that the child understands and then practice. I'm not saying practice is not required, but the first step to the math is understand the concept. Okay. Making it more easier for them so that they gain that interest to do the practice. Otherwise, you hear any child, unless the child is very focused and if he himself has got a natural liking towards math, otherwise any child you ask, they don't want to do maths, because they feel math is always like giving them a lot of practice, doing pages on pages of sums.
Okay.
Right? So, but the moment you make them understand what is that particular concept, you will not hear any child saying that we don't want to do maths. In fact, they would say, you give me more of those sums, because now we understand that.
So basically the math concepts would help them more into the self-learning mode in school syllabus.
Yes.
Because if they know the concept, they'll know what is happening in class. They are ready to practice. So school math actually becomes easier when they know the concept.
Correct.
So you offer two programs basically, iMath and Vedic Maths.
Right.
So I have two doubts, okay? How do parents decide between the two, whether for iMath or Vedic? And again, which course would help them more with the school curriculum? Because end of the day, we cannot ignore school curriculum because grades are important.
Right.
So how do parents decide, iMath versus Vedic Math?
Yes.
Again, in accordance to the school curriculum as well.
Sure. So when we talk about iMaths and Vedic Maths, iMaths, and we have, as I said, iMaths, we have three: iMaths, Mathplus, and Vedic Maths. So iMaths and Mathplus are more of concept driven. Okay, so all the concepts of maths which are taught in the school, whether it is fractions, percentage, geometry, algebra, ratio, proportion, whatever concept you name the concept, that particular concept is taught here in our academy in a more practical way, more helping them understand the concept. So iMaths is for the younger children from the 3 years to the 7 years age group, and Mathplus is from 7 to 14 years age.
All right. Okay.
Where all these, both Mathplus and iMaths, both are towards understanding the concepts. All the concepts of maths, which will help them, as you said, help them in making it more easy for them to understand the school maths and also the to do the school math problem. We all do agree that ultimately the grades do matter, right? To get into a good college, to get into a good course, it is the grades which are going to decide. So but how do you get to the grades, right? So we are giving them the push, the initial, that's why I say join them early. The earlier, the better. So we have the children who are joined the academy right from the age group of 3 and 3.5. They are doing exceptionally well in their school maths as well, because the concepts are all cleared right in the beginning of the early age group. So iMaths is basically for the early children, and here the concepts are taught and then done again and again with the children, so that they are imprinted in their minds. So even when they are doing it in the school, they are clear with those concepts. Whereas Vedic Maths is completely arithmetic based. It's more of quick calculations.
Okay.
So it's more of mental maths and quick calculations, where if you want to calculate faster, then you do. Then Vedic Maths comes into picture. And Vedic Maths is more, it does help a lot in school also, because Vedic Maths is not limited only to addition, subtraction, but we do even percentages, HCF, LCM, and fractions also in that one. All those are more oriented towards quick calculations. And that helps them in calculating quickly during the exams, and also a lot in the competitive exams. Because in competitive examinations, along with the logical thinking skills, we need quick calculations as well. So we say our iMaths and Mathplus help them in logical thinking and understanding the concept, and Vedic Maths will help them in quick calculations. It's a total all full covered, I think.
So as a parent, if I am to understand, correct me if I'm wrong, okay, what I've understood as a parent, okay, iMath and Mathplus is like working with the child on the subject of math in a math lab. Okay, they're going to understand the practical, the concept, right? Whereas Vedic Math is more for the speed and alertness.
Right.
They know the concept, then and again they need to do it fast, and the alertness is also very, very important. So Vedic Math gives them that. So shortcuts, alertness, and accuracy as well, right? Accuracy. So yes, so it is. So what I have understood is right? One is the practical lab, wherein the child is going to understand math in the lab. So is this online and offline, or is it only offline classes, the iMath and Mathplus?
Both are offline, hybrid mode, offline and online both.
Okay.
So I am based in Andheri West in Mumbai. So my academy is in Andheri West, where I'm conducting the offline classes for all the programs, including handwriting also. Whereas the online is also going on simultaneously. So we do have children from like I'm catering to even children from UK, US, and Dubai, who want to learn the Vedic maths or even the math concepts.
Yeah, the reason I asked is the parenting group, the parents are from all over India. So some are even outside India. So if offline is available, they can definitely get in touch with you.
Right.
So can you share one example? I understood the concept. It's practical math versus this thing. But still, is it possible to share one example where iMath or Vedic Math make a concept from the school textbook easier? Like, there is the school syllabus as well. Is it possible to understand it in a very simplified manner with an example?
Right. Okay. So in a simplified manner, I would say, suppose you are doing ratio proportion. Okay. So when in school, when you talk, I was just teaching ratio proportion to the 6th standard children, and they have in a competition also, math competition, they were not able to understand it. So but give them a practical example of how your mom is cooking in the kitchen. Right? If you're cooking, if she's making something for 2 people, she'll be using maybe a particular amount of salt, or if she's preparing some dessert, a particular amount of sugar. But the same thing, if she's preparing for 4, the ratio and the proportion are increasing, right?
Okay.
Yes. So if you are making for 8 people, and then you want to make only for 2 people, then what is happening is you are decreasing the amount.
Correct.
So the proportion is decreasing, right?
Correct.
So
yeah.
this is a perfect example, I would say, for giving. Even for we say even for coordinates, how to teach coordinates to children. So normally we say coordinates are like a particular point, a particular place where is you have to find with the coordinates, right? So you are using coordinates even in your at home. You want to find something in your cupboard. So, you've kept something, and then you are asking you are guiding someone that where to find it. You will say you go to the 3rd shelf. On the 3rd shelf, go to the right side, and the right side you will see the 3rd cupboard. You are guiding like that. So what is it? You are pinpointing that coordinate.
Right. Okay.
It's exactly the X and Y axis, which we learn in the school later on. And you draw the graphs on that one. But imagine the child of 5 years learning this at the age of 5, and then implementing this again, and when he's going to school and learning graphs and on maps.
Fine.
Right?
Best examples, from concept to the textbook. Because the reason why I wanted this question to be answered was because that is the one thing that is always there with the parents, like,
yes,
this much time. Okay, if I put for this class, will it also help in school syllabus and understanding the concept as well?
Right.
Great examples.
What,
especially the proportion one. I think all the parents can just start off with that. So,
so
thanks
regarding the Vedic maths, one example you wanted to find out. Vedic maths, if you want to find the square of any number, like suppose you want to find the square of 25, any number ending with 5.
Okay.
So you can just say it's 25 is 625, because if you observe any square which is ending with 5, the number is always ending with 25.
Oh, right? Yeah, correct. Yeah, it has
25. So the right side, the ones digit will 5 5s is 25. Correct. And the 10th digit is 2. Just multiply 2 with its next number, that is 2 3s are 6. So 625 is the answer.
Okay. Okay. So the square of 35 would be
1225.
1225. Yeah, 25 is the last. Okay, 3 into 4, 12. Wow. Okay, 1225. Very interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So
thanks for the share. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as I think you did mention before that, Vedic Math helps students better at competitive exams. So is it only for that, or is it for all? Like only for those children who are preparing for competitive exam, they need to do Vedic Math, or it will help all the kids?
It will help for all. See, when we say Vedic Maths, actually Vedic Maths includes lots of formulas, the sutras, which we call. So children of around 5th grade and above, they can have there are a lot of formula, like just now the one which I gave as an example. Like that, the main focus in Vedic Maths is to identify the numbers. Identify the numbers and the digits. The moment you are able to identify that, you can easily solve many of the mathematical problems easily.
Okay.
So, the suitable age for Vedic Maths would be, actual Vedic Math would be 5th grade and above. And all these children, they can easily apply this even in the school math, in the school exams as well. Wherever they have to show the entire process, they can do the entire thing. But that rough work, where they're able, they want to recheck their answers. Instead of going through again the same old long process, you can easily recheck your answers and get the answers. If the working is not required, you can get the answers easily by using the Vedic. It will actually shorten your working time.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
And is there any duration for these courses?
All my classes are mostly 10 months duration.
Okay.
It's Vedic Maths I give as a short course also, as a workshop.
All
Vedic
right.
Maths and Mental Maths, and we do have tables workshop where I've done a lot of table workshops and got a good review from children, parents. Like I take a proper 10 days with tables workshop course where
Both online and offline.
yes, and tables is one thing which parents are really worried about because they don't want to do it.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that is also online and offline, right?
But
Because
that
I
is
will
also-
be sharing your details as well, so they can always check your Instagram handle also, wherein
Sure.
because you do share all your practical classes in Insta.
Right.
So I'll be sharing that with the parents. They can go through that as well.
Yes.
So now we are almost coming to the end of the session because we did now, at least as a parent, because I spoke to you as a parent more on this. Okay. So now we know, okay, it starts with iMath at the age of 3. Then they progress to Mathplus.
Yes.
And Vedic Math is for 5th grade and above. Okay.
Yes.
So that is how you can actually help the child understand math better and love the subject.
Right.
Not just do the subject.
Correct.
Correct. And use it in the life also. So what is your guru mantra for all the parents and the children?
I would say just in 3 words: educate, encourage, and empower.
Okay.
And everything with fun. So making it's not just educating the children, encourage them to do more, encourage them to explore everything, and then empower them with this education to become future citizens, to do well in life. So whatever they are learning, whether it is with me, with anyone, with the parents at home, it's always going to not just for getting the grades in school, but more for them to use them in their life. So the courses, I often say that whatever we are offering children here is not just making them school ready, but life ready.
Correct.
Right? So it should be the focus should be on that. The grades will automatically follow, like how you have it in 3 Idiots.
Yeah.
You understand, then marks apne aap aa jayenge. So like that. Yes. So it's more of that. So don't force the children to do something which they don't want to do, don't like, but make it easy for them. Encourage them to do whatever they want to do, whatever they like, so that they get empowered.
Correct. Yeah, that was wonderful. Yes, because education, the ultimate purpose is the overall growth of the child. It is not just about IQ.
Yes.
So if anything you do for IQ, EQ always comes with that. Like, as you said, like, if you're doing Vedic math, accuracy, speed, alertness, see, indirectly, we are helping the child be more attentive. Attention span is increasing, correct? They are in the present moment. So their involvement is more. So education is overall personality development of the child. So yes, and math being, because math is like, it is, both the sides are safe. It's the most logical thing, most logical subject. If you take it as a concept or a subject, is the most logical one, because it has to be 2 + 2 = 4. So it is like, it's based on truth, we say. Math is a subject which can be equated to truth.
Right.
So thanks a lot, Sudha. It was a wonderful session. And yes, lots of parents did have this doubt, like, because you keep hearing about Vedic math class, short classes, vacation classes. So parents should also know before they enroll their child as to what is the objective. Okay. Why am I enrolling my child for this? And is my child actually getting what I enrolled the child for?
Yes.
So they should know who is the teacher, they should know the subject, they should know the interest of the child. So thanks a lot. I'm sure parents will benefit a lot from this conversation. They would understand math and they'll start looking at math in a very, very different way from now on. Thank you very much. Yes.
It's a pleasure being here and to share my knowledge and to share whatever I have in my whatever we are doing in the academy, so that it can benefit each and everyone. Yes.
And Sudha, like, you can also share in the comments. I'll be sharing this in our Facebook group, so you can just share your Insta handle.
Sure.
So they can go through that as well.
Right. Yes.
Your website and that, because I'll be sharing this in both in my timeline of Facebook and Facebook parenting group.
Sure.
So the Facebook parenting group is blossoming now. because they are still not, because the members are there. We are trying to make it more active. So today there was interest, like, in fact, I think I'm getting messages as to FB Live is not happening. So due to technical error, it's not happening. So I'll immediately post it.
Sure.
When that enthusiasm is there, the learning spot starts, I would say. The spot is there.
Thank
Let's
you.
go for that. Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Have a nice day. Bye.
Yeah, same to you.